so many calls from like 15-year-old girls about when's Jeremy going to be there. You know, so he's like a quarter of a beetle, but bigger. But Jeremy's going to be here all weekend. We have like 3 really cool panels with the voice actors. The first one is actually Billy in the Brain. That's going to be Billy West and Maurice LaMarche. And then the other one is the Fanimation Celebration, which is going to be all of our voice actors, moderated by Brian O'Halloran, who also is the voice of Dante in Clerks. And we're going to have the one on Sunday for the Kids' Day, which I think is going to be the biggest one. And it's What Time Is It? And it's going to be all 4 of our actors from Adventure Time. Jeremy, you got anything you want to say? Or?
I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. Jeremy came in last night. Favorite restaurant had to go to?
Texas Day Brazil.
They had to go. Okay, we're stopping in. We're getting our room keys, and we're going to get some Brazilian meat. Thanks, Jeremy.
Thank you, guys.
All right. As you see, we keep the actors really accessible. We don't like all the really long queues unless we have to. We don't put up the stanchions. We like it nice and open. The fans want to go right up and meet them straight up. We don't need to put a lot of buffers between them other than just keep it safe and secure. We are a very kid-friendly show. I have a 7-year-old and a 9-year-old. I want to keep this as the show my kids can walk around anywhere in here and be happy with. Clearly, we got to have a few adult aspects. We keep them down on this end. We got all of our voice actors. Esme, as you all know, plays a very fun character on Game of Thrones. Derek and Tyler killed people with every instrument of death you could possibly kill people with. Renee, she's the toughest one out of that entire bunch.
Oh yeah.
When you get a chance, try to get by here and talk to Renee over the weekend. Talk to Larry. Brian O'Halloran. Oh, you know what? Turn the cameras off there real quick. Press walk through. It's getting kind of crazy with the prices. We hear Sylvester Stallone charging $400 for an autograph and $500 to get a photo taken with them. You start going, wow, have we gotten that out of control in the comic book industry? So we said, look, this is somebody pretty much every geek knows. You know, if you haven't watched the Clerks movies, then you really need to check your geek card because it's really the definitive, one of the definitive. Hey, what's up? So basically we said, let's bring Brian in. Brian loves Detroit, loves this show. He saw what we were doing the first year we did it. He talks to me all the time. He's like, dude, one of the best shows I go to every year. I said, Brian, we want you to sign for free every week. Because you know what? The fans are all big. And so we brought him in, Fanfare. And that's, Brian's really what we're all about. He's so much comic geek as well as a media sensation. And the only way we were going to do media that first year is we had that perfect media guest, and Brian was that guest.
We wanted a space for stuff that fit at a Comic-Con, but didn't technically fit Comic-Con. Behind you, we have a toy vendor. Star Wars, Marvel Comics, all that. But it doesn't technically fit in with the comic book creators. So, over here. Artwork, which fits in with comics, but it's not necessarily centered on comics.
This area right here is kind of that homogenized energy level aspect. I'll tell you what, this is 5 o'clock at a show that opens in an hour. You've got an energy level in here with just the vendors in here. When you get out of those big giant convention centers with the steel truss at the top and really bad lighting, you really suck the energy out of the room. When you have carpet on the floors of everywhere in the hotel, and you have, you know, skirted tables, and you have people running around that are all excited about being here, you get an energy level to the entire show. And the carpet saves the balls of your feet after the end of the show. We got Lego, Miss Schlug over here.
Show up long, right?
Media, Gary Reed, Media. 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 So Gary Reed has so many different companies. that we basically had to give Gary his own section in the Bizarre Bazaar.
My island.
We have a social media company, Beehive, that's a partner of Gary's, another venture over there. We have the Moontrap people over in the corner. BK Taylor, one of the Moontrap, fabulous movie with Bruce Campbell. Geek card taken away. Walter, it's got Chekhov and freaking Ash. How do you screw that up and not know what that is? Jim, check him on that. So, guys, I want you to come back here. I want you to meet some of the best people in the show that, you know, in a comic book show, they'd get lost in the middle of two comic creators. Here, they have a place to breathe and let the energy level get higher. Adam and Comfort Love. Everybody grab one of these. Adam and Comfort Love, I don't know if you know, they are two indie comic creators, really popular. They've done a guide to this is your first Comic-Con, what you should do and what you should try to do. This is one of the best innovative ideas we've had in conventions in God knows how long. Check this out, you want to read this. Beehive is a new social media company that is doing a contest this weekend. And the Adobe has actually recrafted their menu. They didn't go like, oh, Superman burger. No, they actually went for good quality food at a very low price, just so the con goers have some really good options to eat and stay in the hotel. This is all cosplayers. You've heard of cosplayers? You guys are all part of an airline cosplay group, right? You're going to try out for best group, right? All right. Fabulous theme, guys. Fabulous theme.
On est filmé, hein? On est sur TF1 ce soir.
This is the heart and soul of every comic book convention. One of the things that gets lost is Artist Alley. This is where all the next people are coming from. You have to think back to an early 80s point in time when Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird are sitting at a 6-foot table in San Diego trying to sell a limited edition comic of 500 just to figure out whether they want to do this for a career. Nowadays, you have the Artist Alley. This is where all the future people are coming from. David Peterson bought his first table at a show, and now he's, you know, oh, okay. I thought somebody was looking for me back there. You know, you have all these comic creators coming out now, and they're all coming from Artist Alley. I want you guys to go around and meet these guys because you never know when you're going to get the interview with the next big name. This is where we put our guests and our dealers. Now, one of the things that we do that's a little different than most of the conventions, because you get a lot of artists that, you know, they get relegated at big shows to like a little area off to the side, and by the way, here's Nintendo and Hasbro and all this other stuff. We give the artist the walls. A lot of conventions, they make that a premium. We put the guests that we bring in along the walls so that they get the outside exposure, and then we put the dealers in the middle because that's where, you know, that's where their product is. We call it our centrifuge. Put all the stuff in the middle, all the guests are on the outside. So we're going to do just a real quick walkthrough on here. We're going to go up one aisle, come back around, and then go from there. All right, I'm going to let Larry take over at this point. This is the last area we're going to do on our media tour. This is convention merchandise. Detroit Fanfare actually goes out and does a lot of really high-profile convention merchandise. Our variants are some of the highest respected variants when it comes to collectability. One of our variants currently goes for $200 that we gave away for free to every retailer in 2010. One we gave away last year still goes for $150. And you know, other variants like last year's Bedlam, I think reached a top of like $50 a piece. So we're out there looking for the good creators, the artwork to put on them, the right projects. This year we only did one actually. Boom, clearly because we had Adventure Time, we wanted to work with Boom. We got an exclusive that has all four of our actors, our voice actors from Boom, their characters. Done by last year's guest, Cena Grace. Fabulous variant. How much are they, Ashley? $20. $20. So it's called the Jake in the Box Detroit Fanfare variant. So check that out if you love Adventure Time or if you love convention variants. All set?
Yeah.
Okay, that's our floor manager, Richie. He's out working. So Larry's going to take you to all the other side rooms. But obviously, Detroit Fanfare, we have one of the nicest family-friendly shows during the day, and then we have all kinds of wild time for the adults at night. it's kind of the best of both worlds. It's the kind of the hotel where it's a return to the old style conventions of the 60s and 70s, where you go check into a hotel, you do the convention by day, you drink at the bar with creators that you've known for a long time. By night, the creators are drinking with each other, coming up with the ideas they're going to put out in a year from now. And that's really what Detroit Fanfare, me and the other co-promoters, Gary Reed and Tony Mielo, what we wanted to recapture, and we've done it. I had an actor come up, or not an actor, a comic creator come up to me last year, and he put his arm around me and was like, I don't know if Shell would have put on this convention, but it's definitely the best convention that I think Shell would have loved these days. And to us, that was like the highest compliment. When Shell Dorf created the original Detroit Triple Fanfare in '65, after going to the first ever comic book convention in 1964 put on by Jerry Bales, it was the start of chocolate and peanut butter that the comic book convention circuit would be created off of. And we just are honored to be able to pick that torch up and run with it. So thanks for coming out, guys. I really want you to urge to go around and meet these guys. They aren't famous yet, but most of these guys probably will be. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you.
Larry, you can take it over.
If you couldn't tell, this is the pool area. This is where the Zombie Walk after party is going to be this evening. We're going to hold some different panels here throughout the weekend. Some of the kids' stuff on Sunday is going to be in here. The swimming with the mermaid is going to be in here as well. This is where the Shell Dorf Awards will be this evening.
Okay.
Tomorrow night, this is where the big convention party is. Shell Dorf Awards are named in honor of Shell Dorf. They are one of the few award ceremonies that is selected by fans. Fans nominate whoever they like in different categories and then vote on whoever it is that they like for different categories. Heritage Classic Car Insurance is bringing the General League, the Ecto 1, Corby. Altogether, there's over a dozen cars that are going to be out in the front.
Nice.
Very interesting. Motor City. It makes sense to have the cars in it. So you guys might want to get some pictures of that. Other than that, all there is this evening is the convention, the Shell Dorf Awards, the Zombie Walk, and the Zombie After Party. And then there will probably be some after parties in the room, but those are not sanctioned by the event.
Back in the first hall that we went into, was that correct when I saw a booth for the Oblongs? Were the creators of the Oblongs here?
Yes. Yeah, Angus Oblong, as we were walking down that last aisle,
I was just double checking.
there was a guy in a white face with a red nose.
I'm pretty sure I saw him, and I go like,
that was Angus Oblong, the creator of the Oblongs, which ran on Fox or something?
Adult Swim.
And then on Adult Swim.
Okay.